Hi, my name is Julia, and I want to share about 3 things that have helped me on my recovery and healing journey. So, my background is that I've overcome childhood physical and sexual abuse, which led me to major depression, suicidal ideation, self harm, eating disorders, and chemical addiction. I spent many years in and out of psychiatric hospitals and treatment centers and had absolutely no hope that I would ever be free from those issues. I stand before you today having been in recovery and on a healing journey for the last 9 years, and my heart has been healed and I am free from those life-controlling issues. So there's so many different things we could talk about when it comes to recovery and healing, and these are just 3 things that I've learned along the journey and hopefully will help bring you some focus if you're on a similar journey. Regardless if you find yourself coming out of a situation like chemical addiction or an eating disorder, or if you're battling depression or have just experienced a breakup or the loss of a job or just a major disappointment in life, I believe these 3 things will help give you some encouragement and hope. The first one is your worth. Regardless of what you believe about God, He created you with worth and value. And there is absolutely nothing that you can do to add to that worth and value or to take away from it. So on your worst day with your worst decision, your worth and your value does not change. And on your best day and your best decision, you cannot add to your worth and your value. God determined your worth and your value when He created you. And He created you with a specific purpose for this earth. So this idea that what happens to me or what I choose doesn't affect anybody else but me is such a lie. God put something inside of you that the rest of the world needs, and your part is so important. And that's because He created you with value and with worth. The second thing I want to talk about is your yes. So often when we're talking about a recovery and healing journey, we focus on our no. I'm no longer doing this. I'm no longer in that relationship. I'm saying no to this. And yes, we have to focus on that because we're moving from a place of unhealthiness to health oftentimes. But at the same time, we have to focus on our yes. So I encourage you to find your yes. What is it that you are moving towards? It can look something like this. I'm no longer engaging in self-destructive behavior because I want to protect my yes, which is, I believe, a calling that God has for me, eventually a family, a ministry, maybe it's a career for you, it's a purpose, it's something that you're moving towards. So your yes is actually much greater than your no. And if we focus only on the no, the journey can get really boring and discouraging because then it's only like, okay, that's what I left behind, but I don't have anything ahead of me, and you have something ahead of you, and that's your yes. So as much as you want to focus on your no, I encourage you to find your yes because it's going to give you encouragement and hope when the journey gets hard, because what you're moving towards is greater than what you've left behind you. The next thing I want to talk about is your process. Embrace your process. So often we want things to change immediately, but the most beautiful things in life require a process. It's in your process that God is creating and building the woman inside of you that you are always meant to become. Your process is what is going to sustain you when you get to your destiny and when you're living out your calling. The process that you're in is often hard and messy and confusing. I know I've been there, but we cannot give up on our process. I've seen too many people give up in the middle because they feel like it's too hard and it doesn't make sense and there's nothing ahead of them. So often it looks like our old life and then this very long middle of nowhere and then like destiny all the way out to the future. And yes, we have the process which feels like the middle, but God doesn't leave us in the middle. And God sees the whole picture. He sees from beginning to end, and the middle matters because it's what He's building inside of you that is so worth the journey. So again, remember that you have worth regardless of what you've done or what's been done to you on your greatest day and on your worst day. Your value and your worth doesn't change. Also, remember to find your yes and celebrate your yes. Remind yourself of your yes. Tell people of your yes, because it's going to give you hope and encouragement in the middle. And then embrace your process. It's so worth it, because everything that you're going to do in your future is worth the preparation that's happening in your process. So I hope these 3 things will stay with you as you're on your journey, and thanks for listening with me today.